just trying to understand like everything that happened in the past, learning the Bible and that story, and just seeing it now, and like what we're living in right now. I feel like it coexists somehow. Just I don't know. It's interesting.
So do you like read it like before bed as soon as you wake up?
I start my day in the morning, go to work. First hour, I'm just like listening to different preachers or just reading the Bible in general. So that actually like jump starts my day pretty good. And then at night, usually spend like 25 minutes and just me and myself. Or if I'm like recording, as of late, the last like 2 months now, I come down to the studio and I just turn all the lights off and just like spend 10 minutes in like silent prayer, meditating type state. And I think it's like, it gives me a reset. Like, you know, you work your job for 8 hours in a day, you're thinking about all that shit, and like I instantly go home, make some coffee, and then go to the studio. Like that's how my day is consisting. Like 3 to 5 times a week, I do that. So like having that 15 minutes to just like cut off, it helps so much. Like for writing, I don't know,
routine.
Yeah, it was something that
it's like a ritual.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, it's getting better each time that I do it. Like I know what I'm trying to accomplish.
Stronger and stronger.
Stopping your mind and then restarting with like in a brand new light. It's almost like a 20-minute nap where like you just wake up like ready to roll. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
So you touched on earlier that like more recent events have like turned you onto it more, like have brought you closer to faith. Like what exactly have been those events?
Honestly, dude, I started probably like I'd say like 6-7 months ago. For example, I was praying to God about a specific thing, and then it's pretty consistent about doing that. And then like 2 months passes, I still don't see any like signs. But then like 2 months later, I finally start seeing a sign. And then I got hip to the show called The Chosen. Okay. It's been out for a minute. But there was like the 3rd season is going on. It was going on like before it ended a couple weeks ago, but it was going on like right when I started seeing these things. Then I started watching the show, and I like instantly just like felt a certain way, and that's what kind of just started getting me into it. Yeah. I don't know. It just once it hits you, it hits you.
You know something that hit me like that? Like the movie Donnie Darko.
Yeah. Bro.
Like I don't know why, but like it was like there was like a connection, like just spiritual connection. That movie's so strange, like literally,
it is
very strange.
It puts you in a weird space. It puts you like out of the body.
There's pieces of like art or like literature that just they drag you into like I feel like a different dimension or something like.
100%.
It's freaky.
Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's just like a strange movie. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's in it.
Did Scorsese do it?
I don't know like exactly, but basically like a piece of an airplane I think flies through a house, and then it shows like the aftermath of that, and basically the whole movie's kind of just like a mind fuck. It's just a very odd movie. It's hard to describe. Like you really have to like watch it. Like there's so many like layers to it, and it's just odd. Like he's having like all these dreams, and there's like a person dressed up in a bunny that's like following him in his thoughts and talking. Fuck? Yeah, it's like some strange stuff, but I don't know why. Like I watched it with like my dude Will, and it was just like whoa.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in like. It's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a different movie.
So I gotta watch it.
It's a cool one. It's on the list, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like it.
Yeah.
If you like that kind of stuff. That's like, to me, like one of my favorite movies is Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Shutter Island.
Like, yeah,
that's
man.
beautiful.
That's the one with DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Very odd. Like the twist in it.
The pacing's so weird, it kind of leaves it open for interpretation at the end.
I like stuff like that. It's like making you think and whatnot. But do you know like the Bible well at all or anything like that?
I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm proficient at all. Like where I started actually was Revelation, because I want to know. Like,
is that where you started when you just recently did? Yeah.
Really?
He recently started reading.
I feel like if you're familiar with Revelations, you already kind of have the keys of how it's gonna go. So like get right, because it's just gonna go bad.
Yeah, when I was reading, I can't remember like verbatim what it was talking about. There was like
reckonings coming.
Yeah, the reckoning. It was like some 3-headed animal or something like that. Dude, it was fucking nuts. And I listened to like an audiobook, and I was like, man, these people were going crazy. Man, I couldn't even imagine. Like just seeing that shit would just blow my mind.
I'll have to get you hip. I forget what this book's called. I just finished it. It's about like 140 pages, but it's specifically on Revelations, and this is a Christian pastor that kind of touches on every little detail and kind of expands on it.
Wow.
You'd like the book. It's an easy read too. Like I breeze through it like 25 pages at a time because it's just super quick to read.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like super.
Wow.
You'd be interested if you like.
So you kind of went backwards. You went from Revelations, because Revelations is the last book, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you kind of just worked backwards, or you start there.
Some
Then
George Lucas shit, like.
Yeah. All right.
start in the middle or the end, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how I started out. But like, I'm kind of getting familiar more with the New Testament instead of the Old.
Mm-hmm.
But then talking to my dad and stuff, he's like, you need to know the Old Testament first, and it makes the New Testament way better.
Mm.
So eventually I gotta do that too. It's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, it's a lot of content in there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of passage.
Do you think having like faith and like identity and like who you are is like an important aspect of life?
I think at first I didn't think it was that important,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if you want to live like the Christian way, like the real Christian way, you're kind of like out of real world, because there's so much crazy stuff that's going on that if you're living this godly path, you have to live in a godly way, and you kind of have to separate. You kind of have to stay out, and like there's just so much vile shit that's like on TV that you see daily in your face, more than ever in history.
Oh yeah.
There's more temptation now in history.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, because we're getting close to like
Mm-hmm.
the catapult, and I don't know. So it's hard, I think, especially like people our age, man. Like,
oh yeah. See people going down some crazy paths.
yeah, you do. And like now I'm starting to think, like, from what I've read, you have to be able to, have that faith, but also you have to willfully spread it as well. Because if you don't, and you're keeping it a secret, like, that's not what like God was intending to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm trying to get even more familiar, so I'm able to actually like make an impact with people and like talking about it. But it's weird that you brought it up, because like I've been super into that and music, literally.
Yeah.
Only two things that.
Now, how do they like in your specific situation? How would they like intertwine?
Well, I'm more conscious now than ever, like with the content of music that I put out, like the content of it.
Yeah.
You're very like a lyrical.
Yeah, and I try not to like cuss anymore. Where like I've had like professors and teachers and like people that are around the kids a lot. Like, I wish you had songs that you can cuss in, so I can play them in front of my kids or my students, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're right. So I've been like on the last album, The Now, I think I said one cuss word on 7 songs.
Wow.
Nothing like derogatory type stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was already kind of heading in that path, and then the faith thing came along. So like now,
really
like,
cemented it.
yeah. So like now, like the last 3-4 months, like I was talking to Debs about it. Like I showed him a little pack that I made, and then like I was like, wait till the next stuff I record, which is like right now. There's definitely like a switch.
Mm-hmm.
If like where I was going as an artist, but then incorporating the faith stuff, it had the music like has a different feeling to me.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about
You
that.
drop so consistently. Like, how are you able to
Try to,
keep
man.
that speed? You
I
know,
just
that's
feel
something
like-
I've always admired about you as an artist.
Yeah, and like there's so many ways of like being an artist. There's no right or wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like how I like to be, I'm at my happiest when I'm releasing music. Not for like the acceptance of people liking it.
Right.
I just like, I'm very like onto this and onto the next thing, and I just like
Enjoy
I just like doing
sharing
I
it
just
and
like
moving
working
it,
and like
yeah.
and pushing it out. I like, it's like, being a chef, dude. Like if you're making all this food, like it's awesome, you're gonna enjoy eating it by yourself, but like you'd rather like
Yeah, sure.
spread it to people.
Yeah.
That's
Good
how I
way to
feel
put it.
music. I don't know.
Mm.
I've always been like that, so it's kept me consistent.
Yeah.
The longest I ever went without dropping a song was like 3.5 months.
Wow.
Which was last year, because I really wanted to push the album, because I had videos for every song. So I was like, I knew I was be able to push this for like 2.5 months, put some money behind it, and get the views and stuff. But then at like month 3, I was so unhappy because I wanted to just drop new shit, because I already had like 40 songs done since the album dropped, and I was like, I don't know.
Man.
And I started something new this year. I used to always like everything that I would drop would be like stuff that was like 1.5 years old or 2 years old, because I was so ahead.
That's
but
how
like
I
now
was.
I'm just like, Against Me, I dropped a new song 2 weeks ago. I made that song 3 weeks ago. Like I'm just gonna go to the point now.
Dropping
Dropping current stuff,
Yeah.
because I feel like if I'm, when you make a new song and it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's fire and you're playing it for 3-4 weeks,
Yeah.
that's how your hype is. Like that's if I'm promoting it to people to listen to it,
I'm hyping about it too.
it's gonna be more organic and real to do it. So I need to just do that, because there's times, like I make a hot song, but it's been 1.5 years. I don't have the buzz anymore, because I've made 15 songs that I feel like are better.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's hard. So now I'm trying to switch that mentality. So
Yeah, it's how the catalog goes.
it's always learning. It's living and learning. Like
Yeah.
I'm nowhere where I want to be, but I know that like I'm aware of like things that work and don't work. So I feel like eventually it should hit. And then I feel like I'm at the point where I've already taken so many swings and made so many songs that like when I do blow up, I'm gonna sustain it because like I already know that my music's it's at this point. Like if I blew up at 20 where my music was average and it took me 4 or 5 years to figure it out, I might have just plateaued and been nothing. So I feel like it all works out hand in hand.
Have you ever gone to someone else to be mixed and stuff? It seems like you've always kind of taken care of things yourself now.
Yeah, I mean I work with like a select few people, and I have the most respect for engineers because like they're the most important aspect of the whole thing.
They're really the ones that put it together.
It's crazy how much life they can bring into a song, dude. It's hard to describe, and it's even more so too if you have a music ear and you make music. Because I hear things that like I'll show my wife some songs and I'm like, did you hear that drop? Did you hear that like verb I put on it? And she does not notice it. Like
right.
Just, like,
they don't have the ear.
They don't have the ear for it. So like sometimes less is more. But as far as like someone that is into like in tune with the music, and engineers just like the most important aspect of the music.
Now, do you like engineering other people at the same time, or is it more so you like, you know?
I'll be working on my own stuff, dude.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not even good enough yet as an engineer myself to do it myself and be comfortable with what I provided. Like, say if Deb said something, like I wouldn't feel comfortable mixing it myself and we putting it out there because I know people that can do it better. Like I only worked with like 3-4 people. In these 7 years that makes my music, and it's been consistent the whole time.
So you've been making music for 7 years?
I was 19. Man, it's been like 8.5 now.
Wow.
I just turned 28.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's been a minute, man.
What'd you do out in LA?
So I had a buddy, Max, that I was friends with like when we were in middle school, and then he ended up going to a different high school, so we kind of fell out.
Yeah.
And then he saw that I was making music in college, and I had a buddy, Weston. I think you've probably seen maybe his stuff pop up because we dropped a lot of songs together.
I think I do.
He lives in Nashville now, but Max is like, hey, I live in LA. I kind of know some people that have a little bit of connects, and let's make it happen. I was like, all right, cool. I haven't talked to you in 4 or 5 years, but I'll go out there and just see it. So I did that for like 2 weeks. Met a lot of cool people that were like just starting out in the music stuff, and then the very next year I ended up going there for the whole summer, and that's where I started meeting a lot of people. Like I have like one of my best friends, kinfolk John. I met him like 5.5 years ago, and we make. I've probably worked on like 8 or 9 songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like that one connection there makes the whole.
That's the best part about it, I feel like being an artist, like just all the different people you kind of meet, and you know, and the artists you end up working with, like there's so many people out there, like that you end up, you know, just clicking with.
It had a cool aspect being out there too, because like everyone out there is trying to make it, and whatever it is, like you get an Uber driver, they'll be like, hey, I'm a dancer, blah blah blah, and they like you like see their videos and they're fire, and they're just driving Uber, and like I'm like I'm a rapper, and like I show my music, they like
These are in commercials, like
it's a cool place in that aspect, but like I don't know, it's gone a lot worse. So like it's just I feel like right now if you're like 23, 24, it wouldn't be worth it.
That sounds chaos now. Like they just let people just literally sleep wherever they want, have tents. They build like these like plywood houses like on the sidewalk, like
it's
like
crazy.
with like cameras.
Did you see a lot of homeless when you were there?
Crazy.
Quite a few, but like it just was so run down.
It exploded after probably like these last.
But I never went to like
3-4 years.
I was never in downtown LA when I was there.
They had whole streets blocked off.
Yeah. I mean, I never been to Skid Row or anything like that. I could only imagine. I was like in
droves of them.
North Hollywood the whole time, so I kind of escaped that. But
Yeah.
there's still a lot of homeless.
Hollywood's hell on earth down there, like the Walk of Fame and all that.
I lived there, bro. Like where the Walk of Fame is. I lived on Orange Avenue, which was.
It's so dirty down there.
Dude, you know where the mall is? Have you seen the mall? My apartment was about like 400 feet from there.
Like right, and I know exactly.
So
I know what you're talking about.
It was chaos every single day. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's nuts down there.
It was the best time, but it
people
was,
protesting, people like selling shit.
There's Spider-Man, Michael Jackson, bro. Like
Elvis, like everybody.
There's like this one comedian dude, always passing out his CDs and like.
I was telling them like dudes will hand you like a CD,
and then
they'll be like, all right, now you owe me, It's like okay, like no, and they're like, you don't want it now? That was $15. Come on, you know what I'm gonna take it. Like
what a marketing strategy.
Funny as fuck.
they
They literally shove shit in your hands, like.
So what's like the change of pace? Like obviously you live here now.
Yeah.
What would be like the biggest difference you think? Just like the sheer amount of people, or is it like
the easy connections?
Yeah.
Yeah, like here I keep my circle pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really go out of my way to meet many people unless there's like a benefit musically.
Yeah.
Like I'm not real outgoing in that sense. Like where I go, I know there's like an event where a bunch of hip hop people are gonna be blah blah. I just like don't go to those things. Just but if I was in LA, I feel like it's a little bit different. Like I feel like I could go to a house and I can meet like 6 people.
Yeah.
Like this kind of environment.
Do you think people there are more supportive than they are here?
I think people are more hungry.
People are like, I feel like LA is like the type of scene where it's like you kind of everyone's kind of like using each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all barter
Like,
system.
yeah.
No one has money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no money there.
So it's all like that type, but organic shit be happening. That's fire. And
Yeah.
like, you know,
I mean, my buddy's had like great success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's all about how you maneuver.
Yeah, he grinded his ass off, and I mean, now he's got plaques. Like,
Yep.
He's done some good shit.
Yeah, there's crazy come ups. Like even like Trap Money Benny, he's from Lebanon. Like dude, just like Drake's album, like
Right.
great producer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Drake.
I feel like that's such a cutthroat industry to be in, music in general.
I'm like in the outskirts of the music industry.
Yeah,
and I think it's worse than the actual industry.
Independent, like
Yeah.
Can we talk about like how you what do you think about being an independent artist versus like maybe someone who's more, you know, like signed even on like a lower like label? How different it is.
Personally, I would have to be independent unless I
You can't be controlled.
Yeah, and it would have to be a very like even deal to ever sign with a label if it got to that.
We both got to bring something to the table.
Yeah, and like I can't creative control. Like I would have to have all that ownership. Like I just don't like listening to authority in that sense. Like no one's gonna care about your music.
Everything.
No one's gonna care about your music more than you.
Yeah.
Come on. So I don't know.
Certain people just couldn't, you know. It's meant for certain people. Like they just don't care. They give it up right away. They're like whatever. It's a nut system.
There's just so much shady shit too, like in where we're at musically, like just outside the industry, like kind of a couple connects, but nothing that would make you pop to get like a cool cosign. But like the outside, there's so many scammers, bro. There's so many just bullshit.
Janky promoters.
That's where I was going. Janky promoters, bro. I've had so many shows where like you do all the promotion, the promoter doesn't do anything. He just gets 25 guys on the bill, and he says he sold 700 tickets. Like everyone knows a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like, so I've done all those. Like, in LA, it's a little bit different. So it's I don't know.
Venues are very interesting. Like in all these cities.
It's better up here
different
though.
How they
Cleveland's not bad. Canton, there's nothing.
Right.
Since I've been living
Akron,
there,
nothing. There's like 2.
So Cleveland's definitely the
it's the
place
best
to be.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland and Columbus. Like,
Yeah.
Cannon's terrible, dude. There's nothing that I've encountered in Akron. You got like the Vortex.
Yeah.
Cool place. Done it. But like I'm trying to find something like, especially now with like the music that I'm making, I'm trying to get a live band incorporated too. So like I'm trying to find venues like that.
Yeah.
And my shit's not really like, it's rap, but like when you have a live band, it has a little bit of a flair to like, I feel like you can play in more settings.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pivot because I want to do more live shit now that things are open everywhere and it's not mandate bullshit. So it's like,
I remember when the venues were saying that you were gonna have to prove like.
I was never gonna perform.
Like,
Go
fuck yourself.
Not happening, dude. Like
they would have folded, and all these venues are broke anyways. Most of them, like Grind Shop and shit. Like,
did Odeon close?
Shot at any of them.
Is Odeon still gone?
I think they're still.
They're still gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple downtown. They switch names.
Did anyone recently close? Peabody's closed a while ago.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
There's been a couple in
in
Lakewood that closed.
I mean, Grog and B-side are cool. That's where I've always performed. Like we threw 3 shows there or 4 shows the last couple of years, and like it's a cool spot.
It's all about who runs shows.
Yeah.
And just how they operate them. Like because like then some fried shit happens. Like let's say like something bad happens, like security wise, then you got like a fiasco on your hands, like lawsuits and shit like that. Like I've seen it happen. Like
now, how long do you guys like typically get on stage before the next one comes out?
For like those kind of shows?
Yeah.
Like when there's a bunch of artists? I feel like it's usually like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, bro. Like
One after the other.
When I was younger, I would push and I'd sell 40, 45 tickets.
Yeah.
And then as I got a little bit older, I'm like, fuck that, dude.
And they're taking the cut.
Yeah. They were like, this dude used to be like, the tickets for $10. And I would keep $3 of the $10, bro, and I was selling like 50. Yeah. I think I sold 55 tickets one time, and I brought home, I think, like under $200, and I thought in my head, like, it's stupid, bro. Why am I doing this?
They be licking, dude. It's just
that's a dirty system.
So
you're getting bent over.
There's probably more things that I'm not even thinking
it's
about.
It's like a lure to like surf, like
yeah. I'm about to say
like that's literally like
the game's different too now because like people are chasing like TikTok hits, 15-second hits. Like I always tell people, it used to be people chase the radio hit. Now people are chasing a 15-second sound. On TikTok. You know how many times I've heard a sound on TikTok, and then I hear the full song and I have no idea, and it is terrible. Most times it's terrible. I'm like, dude. So it's like.
So you only gotta be catchy for like 15, 20 seconds max.
There's a guy that went on tour a few months ago, and people were showing up to his shows, and he would do that part where like you're performing, and then you put the mic out and people sing your shit, and he's doing it. No one knew the words because literally they were all there off TikTok. Like, and he like proved it because he was like, none of you guys like know my songs. Like, what's going on?
There's a lot of that.
And he was mad. Like, I forget who it was. It was like one of them like singers, like Daniel something maybe. Like I forget. But I thought that was strange. Like that's how bad it's gotten. Like they're actually showing up to concerts only off like that strength.
It's easier to be more. It's more accessible now than ever to get like noticed. But I think the game's harder now than ever.
Yes.
For an artist that's independent, because you have to do so much shit, dude. It used to be good enough where I can do a video like this, rapping my song, and get the numbers that I expected. Nowadays, if this shit doesn't get 20 likes in the first 20 minutes, Instagram's burying it. It's gone, bro.
It's exploded.
It's in oblivion. It's in oblivion for like 12 hours, and it's crazy, man. Like how much that's changed.
I always tell like I seen it like a long time ago. Someone said, but like I always tell people it's kind of like for people that have never like made music or put something out like artistic. Just imagine like how much that takes to just put it out like mentally,
right?
And then imagine having to have so many people support it for it to be successful,
right?
And they never try anything like that in their life, and they always criticize it. It's just strange.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Do you get nervous when you post?
No. That's one thing that, like, I never had that.
Do you read comments?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah?
Good or bad.
Some dude sent me a long message the other day talking about, like, hey, bro, like, I've been listening to you for, like, 6 years, but, like, honestly, I didn't like the last project. Like this and that, yeah. I was kind of like laughing when I seen that in my DMs. Like it was like funny, but it was like, thanks for telling me. Like, that's kind of like hilarious.
I spent a lot.
I checked his profile. He didn't have no pictures. He don't make music. Like, it's like, why would you be so honest with me?
Just fall into the shadows.
He hated it.
I spent a lot of money on ads, like on Instagram, so like it's reaching people that aren't following me. So I get a lot of hate comments, bro.
Yeah,
like, really.
It is. The hate's funny. Like, you're gonna get it. Like,
does it make you mad though a little bit? Like,
no, I don't think so, man. I hate like making it sound like I like feel like we get the shit, but like I just honestly that kind of stuff doesn't bother me.
That's good though. That's a good quality to have.
You can't let shit bother you like that. Like that'll just tear you up. Yeah. Like it is what it is. Like if someone don't like it, actually hate spreads your shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It really does.
Eyeballs are still eyeballs. Yeah, as long as people are watching it.
I had a TikTok recently that like did way better than what everything else did, but they were all hate comments.
Really?
So I was firing.
What was it over?
It's just rap.
Really?
People just talking shit.
Wow.
Dude, TikTok haters. It's the funniest shit, dude. TikTok haters compared to Instagram haters, the age difference, like how people say shit is hilarious.
You got teenagers tearing you down?
Yeah, this one dude's like, this bumps on you, or it'd be like, you got a hidden talent, keep it hidden. Like there's just some bullshit 1-liner, 2-liner texting.
I feel like a lot of people on TikTok like chase like the most like comment
100%.
too, and so they'll just do the craziest, most ignorant comment.
Social media is just so strange. Like remember like I'm like similar age as you, and like I remember like when Snap came out. Like okay, all you could do was send a snap, maybe a few words on the screen. That's it. There's no DMs. There's no nothing. You had top friends, would show who you could see who's fucking and who was cheating and shit. Like them type of things, but like these social media things just took off. Twitter, Instagram, the DMs, Like it went nuts, dude. It makes people like deviant. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
you have instant access to like anybody.
And you don't gotta say
It's
shit to people's
one
face.
click.
You could just say behind your camera.
like AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh,
You
that's
had to
it.
go to the computer and like sit there and spend 45 minutes. Like with social media now, it's literally
Yeah, there was no
laying,
at the
you can be
dances.
laying down and just
Yeah.
like you can.
I don't remember AOL at all.
Like, okay, I'll be
I'm
next. I'll be next to it, dude. Like, I was at my homie's house like a few weeks ago, and I noticed that his one dude that was over, he literally was sitting there kicking with us,
Yeah.
and I looked over to my left, and dude was literally just swiping on, like, Tinder or one of
Yeah.
them things. And I said something to him. I was like, bro, like, is there like some baddies on there? Like, just like fucking with him, and he's like, no, like there's like a couple, but like fuck it, like, you know, maybe like one of them will hit me up. I was like, all right. It's like, damn, like dude just sitting there kicking it, like swiping.
I respect the game.
But yeah, exactly. That's all you can say.
It's just crazy the access.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
So are you on like all social media then? Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah, Twitter,
TikTok.
Instagram, TikTok.
You like the
YouTube.
Chinese having your data?
Sucks, dude. I hate that shit, man. But I also think
They have it.
our government has our shit too.
Yeah.
They do.
But
That's
it's,
what I tell people. If
That's
you got
why-
a social security
that's why
number,
I
you're
don't
fucked
care.
regardless.
if I didn't make music though, I really, honest to God, would not be on social media.
Really?
That's how.
I
Yeah.
don't need to be.
Yeah.
You'll hear a lot of artists say that. I
I
feel
really
the same way.
wouldn't, dude.
I
I don't
would
even
never.
like.
I
used
feel
to,
like I use it as like a news source more than anything else. And like
Yeah.
Facebook is mostly just like my family because they're all older.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I mean, they're not going to go on Twitter, Instagram, or anything like that. But Twitter is mostly just like a news source for me. I don't really care what people post about, like, you know, that are around my age or that I went to school with or anything like that. It's more just like, you know, what's going on in the news. Because I'm not going to watch Fox or CNN or any of these kind of places, you know?
I think the only time I ever got sucked into the matrix of social media was during the COVID shit.
Oh, I was,
Me too.
And
yeah,
it
I was
sucked me
deep.
in, and
We all did.
it impacted my day.
Yeah,
And that was the first time I ever caught myself, like, I feel like slipping.
right.
Yeah.
But that shit was so, like,
That shit fucked with
some
my
bullshit,
head.
man. It
I
was
feel
so
like I'm getting
crazy.
that way more recently.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, we're in Ohio now, so it's like the train derailment. And, like, I feel like Biden's in the news every day for doing something fucking nuts. And it's like,
Stumbling.
dude, and then it's like, man, and I catch myself sometimes, and I'm like sending Twitter links to him, I'm sending Twitter links to other people, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is just, it's consuming me.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
just
every
go
time I
about
go on
your
there, I
day.
get a little depressed.
Yeah,
You weren't
go about
supposed-
your day.
You weren't supposed to know that much information
Yeah.
at once. Like,
You gotta go about your day.
you have to.
Yeah,
You
so I'm
really
just like,
do.
fuck, man, like, it's like,
You know, it's a good
it makes
rule.
me sad.
If you
know?
can
It's
do
like,
it, the first hour you wake up, no phone.
I usually don't do that.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's beautiful. It's hard,
Yeah.
but like it's doable. Like, and when I did it, I felt so like
That's why I was
just
been listening to
refresh.
fucking, like, how you say fucking Bible verses
Yeah.
in the morning just
Yeah.
because, like,
That-
that first hour of social media, like, at work, like, it really will, you don't realize it's doing it, but, like, you
Eats
see,
it
like,
up.
8 negative thoughts and, like, 3 positive, like, it fucks up your morning real
Mhm.
quick. You just gotta be, like,
I usually just listen to, like, a podcast in the morning. Because I
Yeah.
usually work out as soon as I wake up, like,
Okay.
within the first, like, hour.
yeah.
And I just try to listen to something like that.
dude. How many days have you woke up and you'll wake up and it's like bombing of children's hospital,
Yeah, dude.
63 dead. It's like
Right. Yeah.
fuck, 7:57 a.m. Like
Or, like, there's a mass shooting or
It's over my
something.
day,
I'm like, oh my God.
like why is that? Like it's just it's sick.
Like, I like to know what's going on in the world, so I kind of have an idea of, like, you know, something bad, terrible happens. Like, I would like to have an idea, but
Right.
sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then I can't stop. And it just keeps going.
Do you
Especially
think
now.
Do you think in America compared to other countries, it's just like the news cycle is just so toxic and just kind of like it's so strategic how they do it. It's not just
Bro.
telling the news of things that are going on. They're literally like
I wanna
trying
know-
to
I wanna-
shake
I want to know who the leader is of the email chain that sends out
the
the
talking
orders,
points.
the talking
Yeah.
points, because, like,
Yeah,
they are so, like,
yeah.
they're organized, man.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it, they're pretty organized. You gotta commend them for that.
They-
I don't agree with what they're saying, but they're organized as fuck.
Mhm.
They got people probably in every industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They have to.
multiple.
Yeah.
Like, especially the press, dude, and like the sports players nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, bro. Everyone has something to say, and it's just
Yeah.
funny to me. Like, you don't have to be that way. You
No.
really don't. Like, a lot of people don't even care.
I love people that aren't mouthpieces,
Yeah,
and they're few and far between now. A lot of them want to fucking say shit, just
absolutely.
stupid shit.
That's like Nick Chubb, bro.
Perfect.
Dog.
Perfect.
Dog.
That's how you do it. He
Perfect.
goes about his day. He goes to work.
Amari
he
Cooper,
goes
as of now, he was a dog this year, bro. He kept
Yeah.
quiet.
Why did they ever get rid of him from
Just
his
cap issue.
Yeah.
Because I think they wanted.
He's
to pay,
such an
He's
addition.
going to be more.
Who's the number one this year?
Oh.
Receiver.
Michael Gallup, he's one. He's top.
Who's the other one? Is Sean? That's good. That's Brown. Jesus.
Michael Gallup. There's oh my god, why am I drawing a
Is
blank?
it 2010? No.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah,
Jesus.
thank you. Yeah.
They had to pay him. That's
Yeah, they gotta pay him.
They're betting on
And they're gonna
CeeDee
pay Micah
Lamb.
Parsons soon.
Yeah, Amari's a little older, but man, he was good. Like
Yeah,
him
he was
on any
solid.
team, he could be a playoff. Like you
Yeah,
know,
he was
like,
solid.
He
He.
do well.
I really want them to get Hopkins in free
You
agency.
think they'll do that?
I mean, I think they're
They
gonna.
need a receiver for sure.
100%. I heard that they're gonna might get Paris Campbell.
I was seeing Jerry Judy, which
Nah.
different. I like Paris Campbell. That's interesting.
Yeah.
At the right price.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what his cap is, but
It's got to be the right price.
yeah.
Has to be.
Even what's his name? Brandon Cooks. If you,
Yeah, I'd
if
be
you
fine
got
with
him
that.
for a good price.
Yeah,
like,
he'd be
they got
solid.
the restructure. I think he has like 16 mil, which is a lot.
Mm.
You got to
I don't
restructure
think
that.
Brandon Cooks worth 16.
No, not at
Maybe
all.
10.
That's
I'd give him
crazy.
10.
I would say 9, but yeah,
Yeah.
10 works too.
No way.
You don't think so? I think Brandon Cooks.
Just a 1-year deal,
Yeah.
prove a year, like kind of like what we did for Clowney for the 2 years.
It
Yeah.
could work.
Fuck Clowney. I want him gone. Fuck him.
I can't believe how he went out. But you played baseball in college, right?
Yeah.
Can you like briefly tell us like your career, high school, high school
man.
and college, like?
High school, I went to Madison Jackson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I talked about it before. I was solid and stuff. Got a couple offers. Picked Walsh because it was close by.
Nice college.
Had some buddies there that was already going there.
Mm-hmm.
And but those 4 years, man, best time of my life. Like
Really?
if you could play a college sport, 100% do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was way better than high school. Like high school is like all politics and type shit.
Mm-hmm.
College is none of that.
It's cutthroat.
If you're the best player, you're playing. Like my
Yeah.
freshman year, I was like 4th string on the team going into the spring. But even before that, like I got in trouble like 2 times. I got kicked off the team, and
Wow.
my freshman year in the fall. Got
For
kicked-
what?
Drinking. Got caught drinking like
Oh my
RA type
God.
shit.
That's
Mhm.
And then I got caught again, but I told the cop that I was a high school student that comes to Walsh for Spanish class.
Wow.
So I was on a campus visit
Yeah.
to Walsh, and they didn't like write me up because they didn't have I don't have a Walsh
Nice.
ID. And he's like, if your parents pick you up, like we'll wipe like
Yeah.
nothing happened. So they picked me up. So that never slipped.
Wow.
But yeah, so back to the college stuff. Like yeah, the best players played.
Mhm.
Freshman year, I got the opportunity. 5 games in, like the first string and second string first baseman got hurt in
Wow.
Florida. I came in. I started batting like 600
Holy
in the
shit.
whole Florida trip. Instantly was like the starter, and like the guy came back healthy. We gave him a couple of times to swing it, and like he didn't do anything. So I
Yeah.
started the rest of the year, and then
Wow.
I started the next 3 years after that.
Nice.
Was he your age or was he older?
He was a senior.
Oh,
Which
okay.
kind of sucks, like a freshman taking
Yeah.
a senior spot, but
Yeah,
shit,
but
shit
yeah,
happens.
Talent,
Cutthroat.
kid.
He was good, but he was a
Yeah.
good sport about it. Like he was all, even during the
Yeah.
season, he was supportive.
Ain't nothing personal.
Mm.
Good.
No,
Shit happens.
but
That's the toughest thing as an athlete. Like sometimes you just have to, you know.
it
Yeah,
shapes you in the real life.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does.
Sports helps a lot.
Mm.
It has. Yeah.
The older I get, the more I realize.
Yeah,
it's funny.
how much like structure and just like good things like that just come from it really,
Mm.
like just the team.
Especially sports like that. Like I played football.
Yeah.
And have like, obviously you have a certain amount of people for baseball and 11 people for football. Having that like reliability of like, okay, I'm not going to be in that part of the field,
Mhm.
but I have to rely on you to do something.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then we all suffer.
Right.
Or if you do something good, then we all win. In that specific instance, I think that's really telling for your life.
100%.
That's why I like pitching though, because like you control the game and it's
Yeah.
it's kind of on you, but also your team to back you up.
Right.
And,
That's,
like,
that's why I love baseball in general.
yeah, baseball.
It's a team game,
yeah,
but it's
thinking
it's
man's
you versus
game.
the pitcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one game.
It is.
There's no other sport that's one-on-one. Like
yeah.
you'll
It's
get
strange.
one-on-one moments in basketball.
Mm.
They're cool and stuff, but like baseball, every time it's one-on-one,
Yeah,
which makes
it's
it
beautiful.
interesting.
That's what I loved about pitching. It just is like fun that way. Just
What other sports did you play?
Just basketball.
Mm.
I never even played football. I should have played football, but I never played. Just
thank
played.
God you didn't. Probably better for it.
Yeah, in the long run, I would have
Yeah.
been good at it, I think, but
Yeah.
in the long run, it's better.
I think baseball is probably the best. I think it might be one of the hardest to probably go pro in just because there's so many farm teams in the tiers, or it's fucking
A lot of
ridiculous.
people don't even know, dude. And there's like
It's
there's
tough.
rookie ball, then class A, then
Yeah,
you're
double A,
Yeah.
triple A, yeah.
Yeah, no.
There's even like a developmental rookie league, then rookie league, then
Oh my god.
then
But
below
they have
class
a whole
A.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Did anyone from your team get scouted or drafted?
Not my class, but the next. was 2 years after. He was a sophomore when I was a senior.
Mm.
He got looks, but then now he's playing for the Wild Things in Pennsylvania. If you
Okay.
What about yourself?
No, because like if you're playing Division II, you'd have to be like fucking phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
I think in my conference in the GLIAC where I was in, I think there was 4 people that got drafted
Wow.
in my
That's
senior year.
Yeah.
There's 3 guys.
Wait, so that's the Walsh, right? Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Then you have
You got Malone.
Malone.
You got Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
Did Malone shut down sports or just football?
Just football.
Just
Okay.
football.
I think they got. I don't know if they got football back, but I think it was just football.
That's so strange.
Yeah, football guy.
How the fuck do you let that
Bro,
happen?
if the most saddest experience you ever go to, Walsh Malone college football game. They played at
They can.
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I went to it one time.
Where?
Swear to God, there's probably 110 people at the game.
You should.
Really?
Think about your high school games.
Yeah,
You get like
it's pretty
A
big.
lot.
I went to a big high school. Like there's
Yeah.
5,000 people
Yeah.
both sides.
Is Madison and Jackson like the Tigers? Like is that?
No.
the
So there's
big-
there's Madison Tigers and Madison Jackson Polders.
Are you guys rivals or some shit?
Not really. We don't even
Different.
play with each other. Yeah, we didn't even play.
Yeah,
Is
with
their
each
school
same
bigger?
division.
Yeah, both D1.
They're still bigger or no?
That one's huge.
I
Got
think
it.
Jackson's bigger. I
Really?
had to look it up.
Do you guys
Wow.
smack them in sports or no?
Other than football, yeah.
Yeah.
Football, they.
What's with football? Like just
No one wanted
old
to play.
culture there? Like
It's not. Maslin.
yeah,
Maslin Tiger. Yeah.
it's
Hey,
pretty
yeah.
Culture thing.
Have you ever-
lasted a long
Have you
time.
ever seen their high school?
No,
Look it up. It's fucking.
It's
nuts.
unreal.
really.
It's a
Yeah.
cool high school, and then they have a 50-yard indoor facility like what colleges have.
Nice.
Their football stadium.
Heard every kid that's born gets a football and the girls get
Yeah.
pom-poms or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's legit.
They're a big football team.
That's cool.
Huge.
Ohio has a lot of football, like Don Shula, I
Right.
think, is from like around, and he went John Carroll, I think, he coached there, like
Yeah.
different.
We've
people
had a
like that.
lot of good players.
Yeah.
It's like
Uh,
us,
Jim Tressel?
Texas, yeah,
Jim Tressel.
California.
I mean, the dude
Florida.
on the
Paul Brown.
Eagles.
Nick
Coach.
Sirianni. Yeah, he's from Mount
He's
Union.
at Mount
Yeah.
Union, yeah.
Yep.
What's his
Is
name too? Staley from the Chargers.
Yeah.
He was
You know what's
it?
crazy? My grandma's a teacher.
Uh-huh.
He was one of her
Oh, for
students.
real.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, because I
That's
like when I
He's
was.
a reckless coach, man.
Oh yeah, he's crazy.
Oh God,
He might not have a job soon if he keeps acting like he does. But you know,
that Browns game against him this year made me sick.
I'll never get over the Jets game.
That was one of the
I thank
worst
God, dude.
losses
I
of my time.
thank God. Me and my dad left the stadium when Nick Chubb scored the touchdown because we thought it was over. So
Oh,
I
my
missed the
God.
debacle, and I'm so glad I did not see that in person, bro. Because I would have broke my
You
phone.
probably walked in the door and you're like,
I was.
what?
That was crazy. I'm walking out of the stadium. You get to the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear somebody say, Jets scored a fucking touchdown. Like, all right, shit. Then
Yeah.
I hear 5 minutes later, Jets got the onside kick, and I was like, oh fuck. I'm trying to watch it on my phone.
Dude, it
No
was so
service, and then
unfortunate.
I hear they score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they fucking.
I remember watching it on.
It was the
like,
worst loss I think I watched.
Yeah, I was watching it at home. Me and my
Yeah.
girlfriend watching it on the couch, and I literally sat in silence the last like 8 minutes of the game. And she looked at me. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Honestly, just don't talk to me. I can't fucking. Cause I'll tweak out. I can't.
It was
It's personal for me. I love the Browns."
Yeah, me too, man.
That's funny.
And I was like, I need to just gotta be alone for a second. I was pissed. Knocked me out of like a pick'em league. I lost bets, dude. Fuck.
And
my
you
whole
can't
thing.
bet on the Jets like ever. That's like a free
No, never,
team to
never.
bet to win,
Fuck
and
that.
they fucking beat us. We always have their number, you know.
And Joe Flacco of all people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But people, no, dude, people were talking
Garrett
shit
Wilson.
though. Dude, I remember
Oh, yeah,
that
he
week
torched
Cleveland
us.
people were saying, "Oh, it's just Flacco."
Right.
Super
He's
Bowl
better,
Flacco.
He's better than fucking Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck?
Garrett Wilson, he tore us up.
Yeah,
Though.
the Browns were like unlucky too, because like I think even what's his name, Zappy, was better than Mac Jones. Like we got the third strings.
They were actually decent.
They're probably better than who was.
Yeah,
Like,
they
yeah.
literally were.
Um,
Yeah, there's some fried dudes in there.
Last year was that. This season was
This
fucking
one,
disappointing.
Stefanski has another year to do it, or he's
I've been on
out.
the fire Stefanski train for 2 years.
I'm
I hate it,
with
bro.
you. I'm
Yeah,
with
I think he should just.
He overthinks
He's
the
kind
game.
of like a pussy.
Let
You know,
go of the
like, I
play
want-
calling.
Yeah,
dude.
let go of the play calling, and I want
Jesus
someone that
Christ.
has some fucking balls.
The thing is with him with the play calling, like, if he's not play calling, what good is he at that
None.
point? Like his
Yeah.
best, his biggest strength is his play calling, and it's not. It's sus. It's suspect.
And
man.
there you
Late
go.
game, like he
Yeah, it
does it.
seems like the wheels
He
fall off.
scripts
bro.
it. He scripts the first drive amazing.
Beautiful.
One of the best in the game.
Yeah,
But when it gets to like, he doesn't know the flow of the game. Like there gonna be a drive where like Chubb he'll bust 3 straight 10,
Mhm.
15
Yeah.
yard runs, and then he pulls him up for
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, who I love, but then
His
he'll
time's
throw
over.
like a he looks slower than the last.
Yeah.
Like last
I think
season.
he's banged up.
He has to be.
I think he's
Because I watched video of the Carolina game week 1. Dude was cooking.
Yeah.
He killed that game. Like he was everywhere.
I don't see him playing long.
No.
Well, running back's
Like, he's from our
It's the
area,
hardest
kind of.
position.
I don't see him.
Yeah, he's
playing
from
long.
around here. I played it my freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts, dude. Even back then.
Did he play
Yeah,
the
he
same?
was a star.
Did he play the same time with Kelsey? Were they the same age?
I don't remember Kelsey. Like I was class of 2014.
Okay.
Like, what are you?
13.
13. Okay, yeah.
I think he might have been like 12.
Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey's
I
probably
think
like
so.
12.
I couldn't. Yeah, because he
He's
was
not
like,
old. Well, I know Jason went before him.
right. Jason's like 35.
Yeah.
Oh, he's that much older.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I just saw Travis Kelsey. I think was like 32. So he's way older than me too. Like, so he
So
was.
he's had 4 years.
Oh, maybe he's like
2010.
9 or 10 or some shit.
Yeah.
2010, 2009.
Huh.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never knew nothing about him till
Yeah.
recently, and
He's,
like
yeah,
we were
he's
from.
probably gonna be. He's the first ballot, I think. He's
I think.
nuts.
I didn't watch Gronk that much, but like, could he? I mean,
That's what
I
my
feel like
uncle
he's
just said.
better. Like, I
Yeah.
don't. It's kind of like the Kobe or like the Jordan LeBron thing. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't watch Jordan. so I
Gronk
don't
was a
fuck with him.
bruiser. He would run.
Well, I think the
through
people
So I
that
was-
watch Jordan are gonna always be on the Jordan train, just like us. Like I think LeBron's. I mean, there's no one like him.
Jordan was
fucking
clutch
freak.
though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not to say LeBron isn't,
Undeniable.
but like
Yeah,
Jordan
LeBron-
was clutch. The first person that was like clutch, like big, like just like
Yeah.
all the time was.
He was good in his era. Yeah, could he do it now? I don't know because people now they're just. I mean, they're taller, they're faster, they're stronger.
It's a different
All
game.
the it's a different game.
Yeah, that's
Never
what
know.
bothers me the most is like people think the '90s people could translate so easily,
No.
but then they make a big gripe of like LeBron couldn't even play in the '90s, too physical. I'm like, LeBron was twice the size of everyone else. Like he would be
Yeah.
fine in the '90s.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
People are built different. The workouts are different. All that shit is
All the
different.
medicine
like,
is different.
There's no way they're not
Like-
better. That's my argument with
Bro.
that whole thing. Is it's just different now.
I mean,
They're
LeBron spends
trained.
like $1 million on his body a year.
Yeah.
Those guys in the '90s did not spend a dime.
Fuck
They
no.
had
They had to go to work.
They had,
Cheeseburgers.
yeah, they had 2 trainers on staff for the 15 players.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I wanted to ask you like stuff like pertaining to like like Lebanon and like that whole area. So you visited a couple times.
One time.
One time.
Yeah, it was the year before COVID, so 19 or 18.
Oh,
For
for
Deb's,
timing.
it was Deb's sister's wedding.
Nice.
So I had to go. You know,
Wow.
but that place it was amazing, bro.
Incredible.
Yeah, whole different way of life.
What currency do they have there?
Lira.
Lira, but you just use American currency.
Really?
Yeah, like you go to the bar, you get food, you're paying with 20.
So what's going on with how like the inflation is there like in money? Like are people still using American dollars? Or
Yeah, but the
what's
value of it's just so
bad.
it's so fucked up. But the price of like food and stuff, from what I've heard, is extreme. Like when I went there in 2019, I remember vividly we had like 15 people, and we just had like 5-6 courses. Like if you had that in America, that'd be like a $300-$400 meal.
Yeah.
There it was like $110, and we ate
Really?
like we had like nuts and all this stuff, nuts, chips, hummus, baba ganoush,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second round's like your grape leaves, sambusic, blah blah blah. And you got your chicken, and then you got your lamb, and then you
Wow.
got dessert, then you got coffee, and like that was like $120 for like
Really?
50. Yeah. Nowadays like that shit's like $500, and people don't
Wow.
have the money, so like.
$500 like compared to like our money.
Yeah, like I mean, because the price of food is it's
So like, what do you do?
you're eating bread and rice and cheap shit.
Are people
Wow.
starving to death?
I don't know personally, but like also like I have a pretty big fan base in Lebanon, and I have a
Yeah.
lot of people that always message me and tell me the state like how bad it is. They're like, people always ask me to come there and do a show, which I would love to do
That'd
it,
be dope.
but there's so many people that don't even have money to like pay $15 for a ticket.
Wow.
So like I couldn't make any money off it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense. And,
It'd be a straight like energy move.
yeah, like we
That'd be cool.
we performed at his sister's wedding. There was like 300 people there, and
That's
it was
awesome.
like, sick, dude. We were up
Yeah.
in the mountains and like
Nice.
crazy, man. It was
That's like
absurd.
once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Lebanon at all.
Yeah.
Think-
What's their
seems
like
interesting.
government like?
It's pretty corrupt, man. I feel like across the board, everyone would
Really?
say that.
They've
Like,
had a lot of like conflict.
think of like how like how you perceive Mexico.
Okay.
You know they have like a government, like a president type
Yeah.
shit, but the cartel runs it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing in Lebanon. With
They have a big drug problem there.
no, it's more of like terrorist organizations.
Mm.
Like Hezbollah is big and notorious there. They have a lot of Iranian influence.
Mm.
Then they got your Christian Muslim conflict within the country. Like
So are they mostly
it's mostly Muslim
Muslim?
now.
Okay.
When my mom and a family that lived there. And it was, I think it might be more Christian. I don't know. If
Did they push Christians out? Is that
Yeah,
what like the
yeah,
war
like, a
was
lot-
kind of over in like the 80s and
yeah, because the
stuff like
civil
that?
war going on there was
Mhm.
causing so much conflict. But yeah, it's mostly the Christians that
So everyone,
came out.
it seems like Lebanon, from like what I know, like, and you could tell me like if I'm wrong. It's like everyone in that region that's like a player kind of has like tried to like pick at them. You know what I mean? Like plant their thing and try to
Where are they
take
at
this
geographically?
and take that.
They border Israel and Syria,
Oh wow.
and right in the Spank that Middle East.
Wow.
Jordan's like to the southeast, I believe, of them.
Okay.
But like my mom grew up, her backyard is the mountains, and over those mountains is Syria, right on the border.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm literally outside, like
Yeah.
looking at their house, like we're at their house, and I see the mountains, and like Syria's literally right there, and you like all the shit that you see in the news of Syria and the like proxy and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's crazy to like think you're that close to something.
Wow.
Whole different lifestyle.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Now, how are the people there? They really
bro,
friendly?
so hospitable, especially like. One, if you're American there, they treat you like royalty because they know they're gonna get some money. Like
Yeah.
people come with America, they have money. They're like
Yeah.
they're so
That's
nice, right
everywhere.
there. They're like they know you're American. They're giving you like free food like left and right because they're never gonna just like you're gonna pay
Right.
for it and give a tip and type shit. So they're real nice in that aspect. But it's just like a hospitable people. Like
Wow.
you can go to anyone's house. Like I have family
Really
from
friendly.
from all aspects of life financially,
Mhm.
poor to poor to really well off. Both are equally hospitable. You go to their house, it could be like dirt floors type shit, and they're bringing out fruits and vegetables and different nuts and food and like coffee and like and you see that on both
Yeah.
sides, like special kind of people. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of cultures like that.
Do families live together like all
That's
like
the coolest
under?
part, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool. So
I think that's beautiful.
it'd be like 3 stories. Like
Yeah, they'll just
Like
have
all
a huge
families
like
in
yeah. So like I have up in South Bean. We have I have cousins. They live on the 3rd floor. Their parents live like on the 1st or 2nd floor, and then they have other family members on the
Wow.
floor.
It's awesome.
People are just like kicking it, having coffee, smoking cigs in the
Yeah.
morning,
Mhm.
and then everyone goes on with their day. You come reconvene at dinner time.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
It's different, man. It's cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
I feel like I wish like America was just more like a community in that sense, even within your own family. Like family structures have really broken down in
I
this
feel
country.
I feel yeah, it has big time. I feel like
Bad.
it was 50, 60 years ago. Like if you go
Yeah.
like in cities, like you would have your Italian section,
Yeah.
you'd have
Yeah,
your Lebanese.
that's
section.
probably what it was.
Oh, 100%.
That's what it was.
I bet it was
It was
awesome.
being homogenous in your own neighborhoods.
Right.
And now it's
It's
not
like a safety thing
everyone's
too. It's
mixed.
like you want to be around
I'm a-
people that like speak the same language
Yeah.
you do, have the same.
I feel like there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with
reviews.
that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. And people mixed, and they had their problems too. It's just natural. That's how it is.
Yeah.
As long as people aren't genociding each other.
Integration was like the biggest. What's the Trojan horse kind of thing in history, bro?
It created
A lot
so
of
much
people know it.
tension.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When they were separate, not to say they were great, but if people wanted to be self-determined and had separate systems, and they wanted to take that route,
Right.
that could have been the route
Yeah.
out.
No.
But instead they get fucked, and everyone pays for it
Yeah. That's true.
in every sense of the structure.
Yeah,
It's
because
a
that was
crazy
most like
country.
I know like specifically when the Irish came over, they always would stay in close knit.
Yeah. No, it's.
Had to
I
be
feel like that
neighborhoods.
wouldn't happen nowadays.
No,
It's
I
just-
feel like America is just like. I mean, I haven't been like. I mean, I've been out of the country, like in the Caribbean. Like I've been to like Barbados and those kind of islands.
Yeah.
But I feel like America is just so cutthroat. Like it's me or no one. Like I have to do it for myself, and no one. Like the family structure is like obviously it's very broken. There is still some importance to it, but now it's like if you just walk up and down the street, the odds of you talking to someone that you don't know are like
Oh,
slim to none.
100%.
Unless you're at like I went downtown today for the Ohio State Michigan game, and like people are obviously convenient, you're having a good time. But if you were just on the street, you probably wouldn't even talk to one another. But I feel like in other countries, it's the complete opposite.
I feel like yes and no. Like I have a small sample size. Like I've been to England and Ireland, and like
Mhm.
I feel like they're not that friendly as well there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, especially in Ireland,
Yeah.
it's kind of like every man for themselves type shit. Kind of like here.
Like
Yeah.
the modern world just isn't like that.
A lot of
Outside
countries,
small settlements.
and a lot of countries really want to be America. That I've noticed when I've been
Yeah.
abroad.
They
like,
want to be American.
Well,
yeah,
be
they
New
want
York.
to be westernized American like culture, lifestyle type
Yeah.
shit. So now you're getting like you're getting like girls and guys our age that are trying to be like what we are.
Yeah.
And it just like
it's crazy, dude.
It's kind of weird. Like when I was in Ireland, I hated it because like it felt like I was in America. I didn't get that. Like I didn't.
It's like unnatural.
I went to Galloway, and that was the only place that I really felt that it was Ireland. When I was in Dublin, I was like, like it feels like I'm in Tampa. Like it just,
that's nuts.
Yeah,
Wow.
like there was like marathons and shit that looked exactly like the
Wow.
marathon down from my house. It was
I know exactly what you mean, and it's just like, and you notice it when you travel even across this country, like how much stuff just looks the same. Them strips of freaking you know McDonald's, the Ford sign, Waffle House, you know the Holiday Inn. It's like, man, I see
it's all the same, just the climates are different.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh, when it comes to architecture, America's so trash, dude. Like,
oh, it's horrible.
It's terrible. Our design is terrible. Like we could never have trains. Like simple stuff you just hop on. It's always gonna be cars.
Yeah,
that's just how it's dominated.
Yeah, I always liked like the mass transit system, like how England and
that's cool.
But it would be fried here.
But it would
wouldn't work here.
It wouldn't work.
The culture's just fucked up too, man.
No.
Yeah, it's bad.
You've been on subways.
People
like,
are nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's horrible.
DC, New York,
Mm-hmm.
LA subways.
I don't think I could take the subway to work in New York. I'd probably flip out.
I couldn't.
I
I
see
think I would
some
just
weird
walk.
shit every
I think I
day.
would just walk no matter the distance.
Every time I go to New York City, I realize how much I hate New York City.
Oh, it's horrible.
I don't like it.
I remember going once. First time I went was for a school trip.
Mhm.
And I told myself, I'm like, I want to live here. I like this. And then the second time I went, I said, no fucking way.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen in my
No,
life.
LA, I used to feel that way about LA. Like, oh, I want to live here. It's awesome. And then it's like, never mind.
I just hate being close to people. You know, like on top of one another. That's just horrible.
When you're with millions of people, it's a
You don't even
different
see the
vibe.
sun.
Yeah,
The
like it's
buildings
all
are fucking
artificial.
blocking it, bro.
Yeah.
You feel the vibe though, like when you're in the city, like there's like a certain what's it called, like there's just like a certain vibration going on. You feel it when you're in the big cities.
You see that 15-minute city proposal from Saudi Arabia?
Oh, the wall,
bro. That's
dude.
just scary, man. That's not.
How about the ones they want to do here? They want to Cleveland. I think I was talking to him about that. But
yeah, but like, I feel like as a nation right now,
they really don't do that.
They're gonna try.
They're gonna try.
But I feel like the people they're like even people that lean real left, like they're like still like nah, like that ain't gonna fly.
So what's gonna happen in 5 years? Well, let's just go 2 years, right? Let's just go a couple. You think it gets worse?
Yeah.
100% worse?
100%.
Fuck.
100%.
I was hoping for a little hope.
No
hope?
No. I don't think.
The agenda's not trending that way, buddy.
I think it's going down the path. And also, like, if you want to get biblical, too, like, America's not mentioned at all in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something has to happen. I feel like
we are, like, one of the only countries, other than, like, the Civil War, we haven't really been truly tested, like, against, like, either being, like, a foreign invader or, like, obviously the Civil War happened, but we've got...
We're invaded right now, people don't even know.
Yeah. But, like, we haven't, like, been truly been tested, like, where the whole fate of the nation's, like, on...
They're catching Chinese nationals, like, left and right, like, coming through Mexico. They caught, like, over 1,000, I think.
I think China's the biggest problem. I really do. So I think it's going to come down to, like, I hate to be that guy, it's going to be us or them. Yeah. It's going to have to be.
You ever see the Yuri Bezmenov interview? Have you ever seen it?
Yuri Bezmenov?
Yeah, so he was a KGB agent.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He talks about how America's going to fall,
So I don't want to, like, misquote it, but, like, I'll just send you a video, too. It's probably like a 45-minute interview.
You might have seen it, Loki.
Yeah, you probably seen Loki. But he talks about the demoralization process of a country, and, like, it takes 30 to 40 years to do it, and, like, everything that he was explaining is kind of everything that we're seeing right now.
Demoralization?
Yeah, like, where it comes to...
Standards are low and everything.
Yeah, morale's low in the country, everyone's fighting.
No trust.
No trust type shit. And he's like, it takes a generation or two to do it, and, like, he goes off in detail, and, like, it's so on par with, like, how the country is right now.
It's like spot on, and he was like a Soviet saying it, and he said like that's how America fought, cause like we'll fall through our own freedoms, you know what I mean?
I forget who it was, but they said you don't have to like break down America like by physical means. You could just do it through their culture and
100%.
Their morality and the way that they think. I think that's so crazy.
Easily.
Because you know people are just so like one way or the other now. Like you're either left or you're right, or you're like this, you're like that, or
there's no moderates anymore. It's crazy.
No,
there is. The media doesn't show it. Like everyone's pretty much in the 85% realm, and then the media just shows the 10% left crazy people and the 10% right crazy people.
Because I think if you ask people like, because how old are you? 28, 29?
Yeah, 28.
I think if you ask most people that are 30 and below, we generally probably think the same way, more than likely. We might differ on a couple things here and there.
Depends
what
where.
do you think?
I think in Ohio, yes. If you go to California, you'd be very
yes.
mistaken.
You think
And I'm
so?
telling you, bro.
You'd
Like,
be very mistaken.
you went to college. Like, do you feel like people kind of like lose a sense of it at college as well?
Yeah, but I went
Yeah.
to a
More
Catholic
conservative.
small college. But then
Yeah.
when I talked to my brother who went to OU,
Yeah.
9-day difference.
Oh yeah.
I went to Cleveland State. It's a 9-day difference.
Yeah, 100%. I have friends that went there, and like they're very.
I went to BG, both.
Yeah.
It was like cut down the middle, man. Like you'd have like the really far right wing, and then you'd have like, you know, your
Antifa.
ultra libs. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
it really depended. I think it's also dependent on location and where it's at. Like BG's in the cornfields, OU's like college town,
Athletic.
CSU's downtown. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's all based on location. How you were saying California's drastically different. Same thing with colleges.
That's true.
It's definitely demographic.
Yeah.
Demographic and geographic.
100%.
Because California is obviously a lot different than here. Because like if you get out of the suburbs here, it's just farms. That's it. And they're gonna think 10 times different than
Ohio's
we
an
are.
interesting
You
place.
go west in Ohio, it just turns into flat pancake farm.
It's
Yeah.
The
crazy.
whole way. It's a terrible.
We
job.
have a very interesting state, like interesting place in the whole like
Definitely.
grand scheme of things. It's
Definitely.
very vital.
Yeah.
It's a key piece of land. Like I was reading like Washington's biography like a few months ago, and when he seen this land and it like he was like surveying it like for like I think like the Western Reserve, that's why it's like called
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
He thought this place was like it. Like
Oh,
this,
for real?
yeah, this is where he wanted land after the war,
Interesting.
and he owned a lot of it, and I think he ended up selling it, from what I remember. But yeah, it's crazy. Like he came here on his own and said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be key."
What do you think about the whole Ukraine situation?
That one's interesting because like I don't know the history of it of Russia Ukraine, but I know like there's always been turmoil, and then obviously with the Soviet Union,
Mhm.
it was that. But it's hard for me anything that our government fully supports. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to get behind because
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the catch?
We're gonna
guys?
pay their pensions.
I saw that today
Like
and I was
what the
geeking.
fuck?
bro.
They're gonna be our like 51st state. Like at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
like
yeah.
we are going
Before,
to.
we're gonna be
milk
voting
them.
before Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like no cap. Like I feel like that's literally what's happening.
Goodell's gonna have a football team out there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dude, it's like the Marshall Plan, like all over again.
Yeah.
We are literally like doing everything for them. It'd be like rebuilding a country from scratch.
So like in that aspect, like I'm already turned off by the whole war.
Yeah.
Russia, I have no really opinion on them. I think the media also is so anti-Russia it makes me hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like,
They banned his speeches. We can't even watch them.
right. And then I'm like thinking, with the whole NATO shit, like they've been kind of picked at and fucked with for a while. So like I understand why they do this shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's way more complicated than even
Yeah.
that, and I don't know to
Right.
the full scope. But I just like hate people that are blindly.
It's
and,
a regional.
and NPCs, bro, just like
Yep.
yelling shit.
Ukraine flag in the bio,
Bro.
pronouns in the bio.
I went to my buddy's house and he lives in Columbus. What the fuck's the city called? Where's Nardo live, Debs? You know?
Chillicothe, you know.
Columbus,
Yeah, do you remember what it's called?
German village.
German Village,
German.
bro. Yo, the amount of Ukraine flags on the street that he lived on.
Mm-hmm.
But there's 20 houses. I would say 13 to 14.
Why is that?
Wow.
Oh, Ukrainians?
No,
No, they just
this is the
NPC Village.
yeah
What's
the
it?
alphabet.
Is that where like Pelosi and them have like
Probably.
apartments?
alphabet?
Yeah.
Village, man, like
What the hell?
crazy.
Yeah, that shit it's been turning me off a lot.
Yeah.
Because especially like, because I tweeted something about it too when he said they're gonna support their pensions. I was like, oh my god. And I'm already like, I don't like Biden at all,
Yeah.
and didn't vote for him. I never will. And then to see shit like that,
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude. Like the only credit I really will give him is that he actually did pull us out of Afghanistan, even though it was kind of whatever, a lot of bad shit happened. At least he did. So I guess I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But man, every time I see that guy, I just get a little pissed off, you know?
Trump's foreign policy was so different. Like, that's it.
Be a big politic guy. You follow it?
I did it. I did during the presidential debate, like
Mhm.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
But like as a whole, dude, I'm just so turned off by it.
Yeah.
I just like. I'm not the one making these decisions anyway,
Yeah.
so like I like being in control of things. So, like that shit, you have no control.
Yeah.
Even with voting, dude, you're not in
It's
control. Like, I
fishy.
can vote for this person, and they might have just been lying the whole campaign trail, and they have conflict of interest because they have this entity giving them contributions, and they do the opposite of what they said. They like
Right.
fuck all that. So
Who knows nowadays, voting wise?
yeah, I don't even trust it either. I don't vote, so like
Yeah.
I don't trust the whole process. I
You'll
don't.
never have to do jury duty either. Right?
Yeah. Oh, is that? What's that?
If you don't vote, if you're not registered to vote, you don't have to go
Never
through
knew
it.
that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Congrats, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
Never knew that.
there you go.
Dude, that's so
probably
un-American.
why-
Jesus.
That's probably why I never got the call.
Yeah.
I want to do
I
it.
always vote.
wanna
I,
fucking
that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. I would love to do
Did
it.
I sign up?
Really?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Shit.
Put me on a jury. I'll let someone out.
You
if
think
they're
that we
stupid.
should? You think capital punishment should be legal?
Should we kill people that have done crazy acts that are like okay?
So
Yeah,
heinous.
capital punishment is like the felony.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Dude
Yeah.
took out a little girl, right? He rapes 5 little girls. Shouldn't that guy die?
Like
By-
instantly.
By
Instantly.
hanging though.
That's what I'm saying.
Instantly.
Live. People
Yes.
with a crowd.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm on that.
All right.
I'm
With
on
it.
that. I think the whole
The prison
prison
shit.
complex is so crazy.
Oh,
That's
it's
another.
fucked.
Oh,
That's
How
like
can
a-
you have a for-profit prison? I would never understand that.
Look at
How the
Michael
fuck can
Jordan.
you-
Michael Jordan made millions.
They be looking at the books and taking their fucking property.
You're
like,
literally
"Man, this is a good month."
incentivizing of keeping people as like
Yeah.
just housing them
That shit's sick.
indefinitely.
When you think about the conglomerates in the United States, the prison complex, the military industrial complex, the
pharmaceutical, dude.
the hospitals, the school system, it is a fucked up
Dude,
world.
it's
Dude.
nuts.
It's crazy.
Dude, Thomas Massey had that bill
He's
that
gonna
just came out.
ban the
and
Department of
Education. Yeah, that's genius, but it's not gonna pass.
No.
But there really shouldn't be because dude, every metric they've gone down.
Yeah.
Like public schools have like
They
just
suck.
drop. Like they're gonna go.
I coach in
backwards.
a local school district, dude.
Mm.
It's horrible.
Is it getting worse?
Yes, 110%. Now, like I'm 25. I just turned 25 recently,
Yeah.
so I'm decently out of school, but I coach at a middle school, and you wouldn't believe what it's like. Like if I told you, probably some shit I couldn't even say on camera because I don't want to get in trouble, dude. I promise you, it is fucking nuts. You won't even believe
I
it.
hate to hear that. I'm having a daughter in 3 months, and
Are you?
that's what I'm worried
Nice.
Nah,
about.
you're gonna be so. Send her to private school.
I think you might have to. Like my girlfriend, she went to a private high
Might have to
school.
be
I went to
homeschooled.
private
I
high
went to a
school.
public high school,
I went to public, but
but yeah, I'm
It's
telling you,
changed.
it's not worth it.
Things change.
I had a
Depends where you live.
yeah.
it depends where you live, but it's scary, man. The kids are different. It's the teachers don't care. They're understaffed, underpaid. They don't give a fuck. So it's like
Your kid's on your own in there, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
I mean,
that
they're
for
all
us,
in
I feel like.
every kid has a laptop. That's how they do all their work now.
Yeah.
That's
and,
crazy.
and when you go to lunch, like you said, middle schoolers, so 12, 13, 14 years old,
Mhm.
all on their phones. All of them.
Damn.
Dude, it's
We
nuts.
never were on our phones at lunch.
We got it taken away. Like we would have to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we kind of.
I would have to put it in a little box, and then you would get it afterwards. That's how it would be.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, that is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's
unfortunate.
just, it's fucked. What are you doing up there?
No, I was just watching you guys.
Oh,
What is that?
What's up?
What is
Banana
it?
bread?
Banana bread?
did he burn it?
It's just dry.
Oh. Alright. What's the best Lebanese dish? So if I'm going to Lebanon, what do I have to get?
Chicken shawarma.
Chicken shawarma?
Oh yeah. Would you
Yeah?
say?
Oh, faux show.
Honestly,
Okay.
if you want the best shawarma in this area, it's in Lakewood.
Lakewood?
Ferris, it's called.
Ferris.
Ferris.
Okay.
Ferris Deli.
Ferris salad?
So snap.
Trust me. That'll be the
Okay.
best shawarma you get in Ohio.
So what is it? Obviously chicken, but what else is
Chicken, tune, which is like a garlic sauce.
Okay.
You
Like it so far?
cucumber.
Pickles.
Oh yeah, Lebanese pickles, which are different than American pickles.
Nice.
Bomb. A little bit of lettuce.
What grows there? Isn't there like olive trees or isn't there
A
something
lot of
that's
weed
like?
too. Red Lebanese hash.
A lot of
that
weed?
sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Is it legal there?
Becca Valley.
No.
No,
Oh,
it's-
fuck no.
Cut your
Dude,
arm
they
off.
literally
Oh, like cut your arm.
Whoa.
off.
Not
politicians
that
sell all of it to like other countries basically. But it's
Wow.
illegal in our, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's wild.
So they're pretty like right leaning. It's like no drugs, no nothing there.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Isn't it religiously ran technically?
It's probably a theocratic system.
Would you say it's religious?
A Christian, there has to be
It's
a
equal,
Christian
right?
A
president.
Christian president, and then you
And
have
then
a,
Each position
uh,
has a thing,
and then you have
right?
to have a Muslim like prime minister.
Prime minister, yeah.
Whoa,
I
really?
remember reading that.
That's like a
That's
thing.
that's how like your cabinet's all Christian and theirs is all Muslim.
And then isn't there like an
Whoa.
equal number of seats or something?
Yeah, I believe
it
so.
all
Yeah.
it all bleeds
Wow.
down.
In
Yeah.
theory, you
I
think it
read
should work,
that.
but it does not.
No, fuck no.
Yeah,
that sounds
man.
terrible.
It's like their version of your Democrat Republican,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
right
okay.
left to be balanced for your country.
It's never.
People don't know this. Like back in the day, like the first, I think, like a few presidencies, whoever lost became the vice president
Mm-hmm.
when they
I
ran
forgot
for
about
office.
Dude, I
Like
forgot
yeah,
about
so like I think after George
Who was-
Washington or whatever, his first one was who lost to him.
Was
But
it
they
John
ended up
Adams?
working out. Like Hamilton or one of them.
Hamilton was never vice president.
It was whatever.
John Adams?
Whatever. Might have been John Adams.
I saw a TikTok about there was 8 presidents or something like that before George Washington.
Yeah.
And I didn't know
That's
that
true.
until today.
They
They
served
had
for a
the
year.
they had
They
the
served for a year.
That's crazy.
yeah, Articles of
How
Confederation.
do they not teach that? I never learned that in high
Yeah.
school.
I didn't either.
That's wild.
I
That was
remember
during
learning
the
that.
Articles of Confederation.
I
It was
believe
like
so.
our first trial run at the
Really?
Constitution, yeah. And then it didn't work, and then they scrapped that shit. And
That's cool. That's like cool history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just this perfect 1776 doc.
yeah,
Man, that's
those and like the Federalist Papers. If you've ever read those,
I never.
that's a good read.
Interesting.
That's a good read.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know who came up with the lottery? George Washington, isn't he?
yeah.
They
Really?
wanted to like, yeah, they wanted to like raise money and do shit for.
I just recently
the
learned this
treasury.
too. I think after the Civil War, obviously America was pretty broken, everything like that. Lincoln told, I think the Congress said, we're going to tax everyone for 10 years. Once we get the money back, the tax will be gone. They got taxed for 10 years, and then it stopped,
Oh.
and then it came back again. Yep. So it's like shit like that.
What do you think about like the Federal Reserve and how our money is in this country? Like, do you believe it's backed by gold? Like, do you think there's something in for
No,
this?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know much. Like, I don't know where to find good information on the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
But I just know.
The creature
Something's
of Dr.
wrong.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, it doesn't adding up.
Something's not adding.
Yeah, I don't trust that J. Powell motherfucker, I'll tell you that much. Like, not
It's
at
a
all.
private entity, not
Yeah.
even has no affiliation.
It's
Wait, who,
with the
was it
country.
Hamilton that said we shouldn't have one, or he was for it? I can't remember.
No, that was JFK.
Hotep Jesus
Act.
made. He
JFK
wrote
was
the
he
dope
was
book.
not.
He was
What?
against
Hotep
it.
Jesus?
He tried to
Yeah.
pass
I had it in
Act
my house, but I only read about it.
1110
look that up.
basically.
It's called the Patriot.
Yeah.
And that was basically
Yeah. It was-
we would
it was
print
cool
our
at the
own
beginning.
money.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look that up.
But yeah,
Yeah,
shit's
appreciate
fucked.
And then
It
what
talks about all the
happened,
banking
He got fucked up,
implementation
bro.
over the
Got waxed.
first, like
Got
200 years.
waxed.
I tell him all the time, isn't that crazy that you take the most, he was Roman Catholic, one of like the first, obviously a prominent Democrat, and he went into the heart of Texas in a lowrider with no top on.
People don't know who his dad was either. His dad was a big
Mafia.
bootlegger, yeah, mafia
Dude,
figure.
there's no era that's crazier than the 60s.
Yeah,
I'm
No.
telling you. I
Yeah.
want to know.
that was
Like,
psyop season.
Between Martin Luther King, Malcolm X,
JFK.
JFK.
Oh, they were just whacking motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Vietnam.
They said we're
Left
taking
and
fucking
right.
dudes out.
They
The
didn't
people
care.
didn't do shit.
You know what's crazy? I think Ronald Reagan, was it Ronald Reagan? What president was, no, George Bush Sr. was part of the CIA when JFK got
Oh, yeah,
assassinated.
he doesn't know where he was at.
Yeah, he
too,
doesn't know where he was
yeah.
at. I think I was somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Texas is sketchy too for a lot of reasons.
Now, the
Yeah.
JFK, have you ever seen the video where it's the driver that actually shoots him? Have you ever seen that shit?
Oh
Mhm.
shit, that shit was
The
crazy.
driver,
I
Yeah.
saw that
his
recently.
own driver.
Yeah, in the video. It was so weird. I'm like, this
But
has
I
to
don't
be
know if that
doctored.
was edited.
It had to be.
Please
to be.
find that.
I know.
Dude, it was insane. I was
I've
like-
seen so much shit on it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, it fucks.
It was
I'm
like,
not
it was
enough.
like it's like he's driving and he just and then
No.
Whoa.
Literally, dude, it was
It was
insane.
weird, man.
He
I-
literally
it
just
had to
like,
be edited.
he didn't even turn around. He like went like
No.
this.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah.
It like
No.
I don't know, man. I saw that. I was like,
No,
bro,
yeah,
I've watched this video a million times. I've never
Yeah.
even.
Yeah,
noticed
JFK. Like the more you go down the rabbit hole, I've spent a lot of time on it, like different movies, like reading
Really?
stuff, like books, this and that, and it's just like whoa, like how many people that were witnesses or people that got questioned that ended up dying, super suspicious deaths, like you know what I mean?
What's the real reason he died? Was it the
It's because he
secret
passed
society thing, or was it because he wouldn't?
the Federal Reserve. The
that
act.
and the Secret Society.
He
What
was
about
changing
what
the
about he
dollar.
also wouldn't go to war with Cuba?
Oh yeah, so I think
Yeah.
what's
So
the
that's probably
operation
those three
called?
things.
The Bay
Got
of
him why?
Pigs.
Yeah, they were
That's
yeah
what I
the
believe.
they were gonna shoot down American airliners,
Yeah.
blame it on the Cubans because the Russians were
Yeah.
parking missile heads there to get us into Cuba, and he said no, and they said fuck
And
it,
they
we're
did
gonna
that
do it.
invasion without him. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they
sure.
said,
Like,
fuck it, we're gonna do it
yeah.
anyway.
Off the Tonkin
Federal
Piece.
Reserve,
Yeah.
the Secret Society. You ever seen
He
that
wasn't
speech?
with the CIA, and they get you whacked for that apparently.
Man,
Yeah.
CIA's just can't do it. I feel like CIA and Trump had problems. I feel like when he was in office,
probably. Yeah.
and like they didn't do nothing too crazy. I was always worried like some crazy shit was gonna happen.
That's why I like
Worst
Trump,
part
just
would be
because he
something like
ruffled the
that.
feathers a little bit, and I
Yeah.
felt like that's what you need. You can't have just a whole bunch of yes
Yeah.
men. And he seemed like a little. And you ever see that interview where he was talking to the Al Qaeda leader? He sent him a picture of his
The
house.
house, I
It's
seen
like,
that
why'd you
video.
send this to me? And he's
Yeah,
like,
it's classic.
you know, I think that's a baller move.
He's like, Abdullah, this is we see you in your living room.
Right. I love that shit.
Yeah, that is.
Hey, how creepy them deep fakes are getting.
Man.
I seen like a video of like Biden and Trump talking, and they're talking shit to each other on like a video game. I think Merkham Light sent it, and it was like freaky how much it sounded like them, and they were just totally talking shit to each other.
Have you seen those ones where like it's a Kendrick Lamar Eminem filter, and like you're rapping, but it's in their voice?
you
Really?
It is crazy. It's like I saw this guy. He did Kendrick's backseat freestyle, but he was just rapping his bars with
Mhm.
Kendrick's voice, and it was
Wow.
fire.
That's
fire.
freaky.
Yeah, so it was
That
on
is
point as fuck.
freaky.
And I
You
saw
probably
that
have to
video.
feed it a certain amount of whatever.
I don't know how it works, but like
That is freaky.
he's like,
bro.
yeah, and then he started rapping, and it was that voice. It was like,
That shit scares me.
We're gonna see
man.
some
Creepy.
weird shit happen.
Does the Bible mention anything like that, like remotely around AI or anything?
No, there's nothing like that. But
false
like
idols and all that.
there's all that shit. Like there's funny thing. I forget who says it in Revelations, but he talks about there's gonna be things in the air that surveil you 24/7 and sting you like a bee. That's what they call it. And I'm like, dude, drones, 100%. Like drones are already going. You've seen videos during COVID, like they're flying over houses and shit.
In Ukraine, bro, they're literally dropping bombs off of them.
Yeah.
And shit.
China, they're using them to scan.
Drones scare the
people.
fuck out of me.
They're creepy, bro. And so is
Yeah.
the AI in general. Like this, I don't know much about
Yeah.
the ChatGPT thing.
You gotta keep one in the chamber for them drones.
Yeah.
100%.
So I don't know. That's like the only mention I've seen in the Bible about AI
Wow.
stuff. But then I feel like they talk about the Antichrist. Like, I feel like that everyone's gonna be able to see him at once,
That's
Mhm.
freaky,
no
dog.
matter what in the world. So like, there's gonna be, is it Project Bluebeam?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be
Fuck.
incorporated.
You're
Like,
making
they're
my
gonna
hair
figure out. They're gonna
hurt.
figure
That's
out.
what I was about to say, dude. I'm getting nervous now.
What I think is what's gonna make that possible though, to do that kind of illumination
Yeah.
of the.
I feel like it's coming
It's
soon.
It's the 15 minutes.
It's already here. They've already done it in like Texas and downtown, like big
It's fucking
cities.
But
They,
it's what's
they put like
you've been to
whatever
Vegas.
hologram on
Yeah.
the sky.
You know that one part when
It's
you're
crazy.
inside but you're outside and they have the illumination of the
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
They're gonna have that in the 15-minute cities. Okay? So everyone's gonna be tucked into these bitches and there's no sky. So they're gonna have the
Oh my
Antichrist
god.
being able to overpower
Oh
like
my
over
God.
top of you. And you're gonna just be like in your fucking city, like he's gonna be
Fuck.
that's because it's impossible to do it like on this
We're
world.
good though, bro. We never die, bro. We're matter. You know what I mean? Can't be created
I'm
or
immoral.
destroyed.
Can't kill what's already dead type
Exactly,
shit.
bro.
Don't ruin
man.
my brothers.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. God, that scares the fuck out of me.
It's creepy.
UFOs are popping up right now. What do you think about that? And these Chinese balloons, you think it's like related?
We're gonna go into war with E ET.
I know they said the one balloon was from somebody's business and they lost track of it.
See, like aliens
Go
to me are cap as fuck.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't believe it's real though.
Really?
I don't think there's any life. I think it's-
Really?
Yeah. There's
Wow.
no mention of it to me in the Bible.
Wow.
No. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I think my theory is with NASA and stuff, like making space as humongous as possible and all these planets that have life and stuff. I think it
Making it
legitimizes God.
vast.
I think it makes it sound like God, like there's no way God has all this going on at once. Like I think there's just like your Earth, your Moon, your Sun, and that's it.
So you think there's nothing outside of our solar system?
I think there's planets, but there's no life on there.
Really?
I don't think so. Could be wrong. I mean, I'm
Doesn't
just
seem like
firm on
there's
that.
life on the land of this. I mean, who knows?
I think it's funny
Well,
too.
there is
with
technically life on other
here we go.
planets. Don't get me started.
There's life. There's life on what? Water.
Life can be
Mars.
anything, microorganisms.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with
I mean,
that.
yeah, that's fair.
I'm talking like more people that like would be similar to us, like some sort of.
Oh no.
Scientists will cap
Yeah.
and be like, there's
Creatures.
19
wish.
there's
More
19
creatures.
different U's around the
Yeah.
galaxy. I'm like, bro, how do you come up?
I see something crazy, like someone come down
Oh,
from the
yeah,
sky.
you're gonna see something.
I want to see
I
something.
think God
What?
coming down would be fucking crazy.
Do you guys
God's
think?
not gonna come down.
You think in okay? You think in your lifetime that it'll happen?
Probably not.
Okay, so what do you think happens when you die? Genuinely.
You go to heaven or hell.
You never
Really?
know.
Alright, so
Yeah,
I either
like,
I had
God
two, you
would
guys just
come
one.
down. You-
Something
it's-
similar.
it's an
There is some sort of
energy.
afterlife,
It's
and
like,
you're kind
right,
of judged on your life
down.
actions.
What
Or-
motherfuckers?
You get recycled right back through, and you're right back.
What
there.
else are we here
We
for?
might just be fucking
You know what I mean?
completely
I
wrong.
think they
That's
say
what I look at.
Yeah.
That's
We
what
don't
this
know.
is
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what this
No.
life is for. I feel like to
That's
earn
the
something.
best part.
So I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
there is like
You
I don't know
don't
if I would. I don't know. I've always like struggled with like
That's the scary
spirituality if
part
I'm
too,
religious or
yeah.
not. Like I've been baptized Catholic and
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. But like, so I believe that there is something, like there is like something like the devil. There's true evil and then there's true good.
Just look at the world right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's why I'm like,
Come on.
I lean towards
Come on,
I
man.
lean towards that way.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, man, I think we just get recycled. Like if I get born as Logan now,
Yeah.
so maybe in my next life I'll be born as like another human, maybe another entity of some sort. I don't know, but I think I just get recycled. So it's like one or the other.
It's hard to fathom that too. Both
Yeah.
everything.
But it's also
so
hard to fathom
heaven-
that, like, I
heaven
just died
and
and it's
hell is,
nothing.
like the craziest thing to fathom.
Fuck yeah.
Like, you know how mind blowing it is. Your brain can't even think that far. Like,
So what do you think like distinguishes people from like either going to heaven or hell? Like I've always had this argument. Do you think Hitler would ever go to heaven if he repented right before he died?
It's up to God.
technically, yeah. Biblically, yeah.
If the
It's
feeling
crazy.
It's up to God.
But I mean, the guy,
True.
the
But
one
I don't
on the
think
cross
you
was
can feel like
murdered,
that.
Mm-hmm.
and he asked for God for forgiveness.
If he was
He
the
truly
first
sorry.
person- yeah, he was truly sorry.
If he was truly sorry, that's what
You can't say like you believe in God and you do all this stuff and then you live like a sinful life.
Mm.
But like if he's on his last breath and he's like you're saying, like technically, yeah,
Wow.
it's just crazy. But that's
it.
like the salvation of how. I don't even know the fucking word, like I don't know how to say it. The salvation of that, just like it could be.
Mm.
I don't even know how to say it. It's kind of just mind blowing.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. I
to
never.
fathom, it's hard. It's hard to even like imagine.
I think it's important, especially these times, to just. Have
I think it
faith
is
in
important to be a
something.
little bit religious. I think you need to have some sort of like moral compass.
Don't get
you
lost
kinda
in the
make-
sauce.
Yeah.
A lot of people get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Like just turn.
So much stuff's going on.
Yeah.
It's so easy to.
Yeah.
We all do. I mean, like, there's so many different avenues that you can get sucked into.
Mhm.
Right.
It's true.
The politics side of things,
Mhm.
sports side of things, gambling. Like, there's so many vices in the world.
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Dude.
Gambling's bad.
I just cashed out today right before you guys got here. I cashed out.
Oh yeah.
Bet on GM, they took enough.
Man, this is what I was telling Devs, like, this is the worst time of the year right now. There's no NFL.
Yeah.
Baseball hasn't started yet. NBA's all-star break, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about the
I like-
Dude,
I
the
watched
regular
games,
season's
Yeah.
terrible
So
now.
terrible. I don't mean shit.
These
LeBron,
players don't
LeBron
show
ru-
up.
LeBron ruined the regular season because
Yeah.
like when he came back from the Cavs, like those 4 years, like I didn't care because I'm like, oh, the Cavs gonna get the finals.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sucked.
You're spoiled.
He was-
We were
he
all
was amazing.
spoiled.
Oh,
We were spoiled. Those
God,
are the
I
best
love it.
times of the
It's so
sports.
good. Yep.
It's incredible.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, you got any more questions for my boy?
No, it was nice
I
meeting you,
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it was
sure.
a good talk, man. It was
Hell
fun.
yeah.
That was a good time.
Tell the
Thanks for
people where they
coming
can find you.
Keep it consistent, man. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Don Kenobi Music.
Bro drops a lot of music. What do you drop like every week or two?
Every other week.
Every
other
Yeah,
week.
I'm doing like
Yeah.
every other week on Sundays. Try to hit the Spotify algorithm and
Yeah.
see what fucking.
Sundays is the day.
They flop it a lot. It's Tuesdays and now I'm hearing Friday again.
Yeah,
so
I've heard that
who
as well.
fucking knows, man.
All right.
I appreciate it, dude. It was a good time.